Guys, welcome back to Retro Phones. On today's video we have, or well, by the title, I'll be showing you all of the Sony Ericsson pre-Android phones that I have in my collection. This is a W600. I think it was one of the most known ones back at the time because of this swivel thing. You could open it by swiveling it, and this one is basically just a showpiece because it is completely rusted, as you can see right there. So this guy has no hope of working. I am still after a working condition one. Again, these have all been purchased at flea markets. This one, which is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the W830 right here. This one actually turns on, but it has a slight issue with its flex cable. It's completely damaged. The one that connects the motherboard to the display, yeah, that's no good. So it just turns on a white screen, and which is a pity, but also, it's very badly beaten up. This was $3 and this was $2, so I mean, not that bad. I mean, I'm thinking if I can find enough pieces, I can probably get it up and running. Yeah, no worry. Now this one is pretty cool, but again, the condition is it's terrible. It's very sad. This is the WT226W, just the T226 Sony Ericsson. The battery is the original one. And what's cool about this one, or well, what was cool at one point, was that it was a transparent phone, or at least it kept that aesthetic thing going. This one actually works. It's a W600, no, 800, 810, W810 right there. This one works. I do not have the backplate. I do have the battery, but it has a password. So I'm still trying to figure out the password all of these many days after I bought it later. It came with its own memory stick, so it's a functioning phone. I mean, if I find one that does not have a screen, I can build one out of this one. That's the reason why I don't throw them out, or I do purchase them, even though they may have something faulty, because eventually I could get them up and working. This is a T106. This one I do remember. Where is it? Right there? Right there. T106. One of the first Sony Ericsson phones on sale here in my country, and it works. I mean, I don't have the battery, but I have shown it turned on. And do not worry, I will get to making a video for each of the ones that actually do work, so you guys can see them more in depth, the menus and stuff like that. But yeah, this one actually works. It's a monochrome display. This one works. It does not have a battery because I don't really like to store them with batteries. And yeah, the only thing that doesn't work on this guy is the camera. So I'll be waiting on a specific video for this guy. It's on individual video. It's a shame that the camera doesn't work because that flash looks very strong. And it's a I think it's a K750. Yep, K750i right there. It's a pretty chunky phone, but hey, it's got infrared. I think it also has Bluetooth. Camera button right there, and quite a memory stick slot right there also. This one has a memory stick? Huh. 64 megabyte. I did not remember that. Well, would you look at that? I need to have a look at this. I hadn't seen that. Okay, that's surprising. And this is the no, that's not T610 right there. And this one also works. I just do not have a battery or the back cover, but this one works, and it's a color display. It has a camera, and I will make a video out of this one. Well, for this one, because it does work completely, no problem. So just be on the lookout for that video, guys. This is a W380, and this one works perfectly, no problem. So I need to place this on a charger, and I will show you guys this one. And again, in a dedicated video, it's a pretty folder type phone or flip phone. I mean, very sleek. Walkman controls here for the music. Camera, just VGA, no LED flash. These had an OLED display. Most of them that I have found do not work, so I guess you can't call it 100% working. I do have the trim, I just haven't glued it on. And yeah, this one's pretty nice. I just need to have it charged up, because most of these phones actually, their charging ports do not work. Sony Ericsson charging ports are notorious for failing, so I need to get this guy charged up on a multi-charger. I have, battery charger, and I'll show this one in a 380 in a specific dedicated video for this guy, because again, as I mentioned at the start, I will give you guys videos of the ones that actually do work, so you guys can see the menus, listen to the ringtones maybe. I don't know, just let's go wild with them. This is a TXT Pro. Now this one, I actually used one of these way back in high school, like 14 years ago, and this one works. This one I bought off for like, I think this one was a quarter 25 cents. Oh yeah, prices. All of these $2. None of them have been above $2. I think this one $3. One of these was $3. This guy I bought for $0.25, but the flex cable again did not work. I don't know if this guy has a battery though. Let me try. Some of them, this has a battery inside, but it has no charge. So yeah, I will make a video on this guy because it actually works. And I actually bought the flex cable off of a guy from France on eBay. The flex cable was $10, so the flex cable was way more expensive than the phone. But I mean, it was a nostalgia piece because again, I had one of these guys back in high school and I wanted to have a working one again, and this one works. And even all the keys, this little chiclet style keyboard, it's really, really nice. I mean, I really loved the QWERTY keyboard phones. I should not be doing that because again, those flex cables are delicate and they are quite expensive. By flex cables, I mean basically the cable that connects the motherboard to the display. They basically flex like this. That's why they're called flex cables, and they tend to tear. So yeah, this was pretty expensive considering that the phone was $0.25, but the flex cable was $10, you know, from France. This one is a 610. I know this one because the motherboard is fried. I think it has a short circuit somewhere, but the phone is in a very nice condition. I mean, the external area looks pretty nice, and if I can find one, again, that does not have a working screen, this screen works, I know it, I can actually have one of these set up and working. So it's just a matter of luck of having them show up on the flea markets because, you know, it's not like they get a stock every week. Sometimes phones show up, sometimes they don't. So yeah, it's basically luck if you find one of these, any of these actually. So, and I don't go to that many flea markets. I only go to like 2 a week. So it's, yeah, not every week we can have one. This one is pretty nice. I really like the design, the keys right here. Everything works. This guy will have his own video. Oh, his battery is still in. Would you look at that? Right there. This is the T637. The SIM holder is right there. This does not have expandable storage. This still uses the old type of Sony Ericsson charger. Which old type? I'll show it to you guys right now. Again, this one will have its own dedicated video coming up so that you guys can actually enjoy the menu and the sounds and stuff like. I cannot for the life of me get this on. Oh, it goes all the way back. That one right there. So it had for headphones and for charging, which was pretty cool. I don't think this guy's gonna have battery. Oh no, it did. There we go. Would you look at that? It's pretty nice, you know. Camera button, volume's up, down, and what doesn't work? I think it actually works perfectly. I mean, the viewing angles are terrible, but hey, it's a phone from like 2006. Also, in their dedicated videos, they will get, you know, like specifications and launch year, all of that, date launch date, whatever. This one right here also works. This is a 710, W710, and yeah, this guy works, no problems. I guess his only downside for this guy is that his condition, the rubber that would go on these buttons, is pretty bad, very deteriorated. I don't know if it has enough battery to turn on. W710, no, but again, he works, so he will have his own dedicated video. His little wheel right here, you know, keypad, everything. A flip phone, folder, screen, outside screen, quite nice. And the camera, no flash. Right here, we have the Walkman logo, Sony Ericsson logo. These are actually antenna bands right there. And this is the lock key for the outer keys so that they're not pressing them on themselves. And yeah, this one's actually pretty nice. I would like to get a new housing for all of these guys, but housings are so rare right now. They're like very difficult to come across. This one is very recent. This one was $2. Again, $2 basically is the price I paid for these guys. This is a Sony Ericsson Z. This is the Z600 right there. You can see. Now, obviously, the model might change from country to country, but yeah, this is one. Also, if the video is too long, I will make a part 2 and a part 1 so that you don't have to sit through like 20 minutes of just looking at our phones. But yeah, there's that. These guys actually had interchangeable color plates. Like you could buy this in another color and basically switch out the color of your phone just like that. So it was pretty cool, I guess. A lot of people liked it back then because it offered actual hardware customization to your phone, something which phones nowadays really lack. chunky boy right there. But hey, I actually did not set that down correctly, and I do not want to break these, because if these guys break, well, it's kind of hard to replace them. Camera, a little mirror to see yourself, a small LED screen right there, and that's basically it. I don't know if this guy works because I do not have that type of battery. I'll see if I can get it working, and if so, again, it will have its own dedicated video. And coming up is the W395. This one works, but again, the flex cable, it's completely broken. I actually already threw it out, so I need to find a new flex cable for this guy. The flex cable, I've seen it online for around $10, but this phone only cost me like $1.50, so I don't know. I really enjoy the model. I think it's a pretty good looking one. The sliding mechanism is quite smooth, and it's a Sony Ericsson Walkman, so I probably will end up buying the flex cable if I cannot find a good working one. And also, I would love a case. This one comes in a purple color that looked really nice. Again, housings or cases, or housings actually, are extremely rare these days, at least where I am. I just can't seem to find them, which is odd because so many vendors had so much stock of these guys. You'd think there's still some around. Case in point, this one is a W300, but the housing is new, as in I bought this like a year ago. It's already starting to chip there, but yeah, the housing is new. That's why it looks in such good condition. It did not come like this. This one I also had to fix up myself. I ended up buying the flex cable, like $15 for this one, but hey, it was completely worth it. I actually had to buy a whole nother phone from, I think this one was from Germany, and I took that flex cable from that phone and I put it into this one because that other one was locked to a carrier from Germany, and you know, I don't have a German SIM card. So, and a Yendo, I don't remember what it was called in North America, but it's a W150. So yeah, Sony Ericsson. Also, these guys had really fun colorways. These came in like green, yellow, blue. I have this one, which is red. I don't think this guy has battery though. Nope. And I actually have two of these guys because, well, again, for parts, for pieces, and why not? He'll come up eventually. This is a T715, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, T715, and this guy also works. There we go. Insert SIM card. Yep, I do not have a SIM card. This guy also works, needs a SIM card, and the battery is somewhere around, so do not worry. These ones that work will have their own dedicated videos. I think we will have to actually make this a shorter video, or maybe you already saw part 1, and this is actually part 2. This is a W200. That was W300, W150, T715. This was the first Sony Ericsson phone I ever had. Oh, well, one of these guys, not this one exactly. This one is just missing an LED from right there, so yeah, that sucks. It's not in perfect condition, but it's pretty nice. Infrared port, you know, speaker. It actually had an M2 slot right there, so that was a big reason why I bought it. I could actually carry music around here, which was pretty nice. And here, have a look at the menu. There we go. Pretty nice animated menu. I mean, these phones are really old now. This guy's like from 2006, I think, 2007. So we're nearly 20-year-old phone, and there we go. It's still looking pretty decent. Now the surface is quite scratched up, but I think I can actually buff that out with some polish. So we might actually be able to have it working again. I also did see housing for these guys way back, like a year and a half ago. I never bought it because I was like, yeah, you know what, I want to keep it like how I found it. Now I'm like, you know, I actually really do like the way they look when they're kind of mint, you know?